My name is Chase Johnson. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and we have used C3 Group several times on some of our large loss commercials and our higher end residential for their appraisal services and their public adjusting services. Their knowledge of the market, of the ever-changing regulations, and their ability to create a very thorough estimate from an understanding of construction and the management of the project.
Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Lead meteorologist John Choquet here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast, sponsored by C3 Group and Merlin Law Group. Before we get into it, just a note, I saw somebody saying in the comments yesterday asking if I was still going to do a fall hail forecast. Obviously, because of Hurricane Dorian, things got derailed a little bit. We were gone for I was on the East Coast for a full week. I am still planning on doing a fall hail forecast. I should be able to get something together by the end of this week, barring something else, other things going on at the office that we're working through right now. I do go on vacation next week, so I would like to get that out there this week. Ideally, I was going to do it right after Labor Day, but lo and behold, Mother Nature had a different plan. So keep an eye out for that. We'll probably make a post on Facebook leading up to that event. And just as a nice little segue here, check out, if you're watching us here on Facebook, C3 Group and Merlin Law Group for sponsoring our videos. As always, both of their pages are in the description here below. And if you're not on Facebook, what are you doing? Go check us out on Facebook. Like our page and like their pages as well. So, forecast for today, assuming my computer wants to go. There we go. We've got two areas we're looking at here, the first of which is in the northern plains. Yes, it's September 10th, and we are still seeing hail north of Nebraska. It's kind of hail never really stopped this year, and now we're just kind of extending into that fall season where eventually it should all push back down to the central and eventually southern plains and eventually into the southeast, assuming the hail doesn't just stop. But anyway, up to 2.5-inch hail possible today from just south of Rapid City through the Sand Hills of Nebraska. Not a lot of people there, honestly. We could see something maybe over by places like Gillette or a couple of those other little towns in Wyoming, up to tennis ball size hail. Got 1% chance for Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I think most of the storms are going to be aligned, more of a strong wind producer by the time they get to the Siouxland area. But again, anywhere here in the western section could see big hail. Could see hail in Salt Lake City and Idaho Falls. 2% chance of some marginally severe hail there with storms that form this afternoon, likely after about 3 o'clock or so local time there. And we also have, I've been standing in front of it, an area near Detroit, 2% chance could get up to some quarter-size hail there as well. We'll be looking and seeing if that will actually happen. I think only 1 or 2 storms here will have up to that large hail. I think much more likely we're going to see more wind and just heavy rain with those threats. So let's go into that future radar here, starting with the area near Detroit. I should move this way. You see a couple storms moving through the afternoon hours. Again, it's going to be just a couple storms we're looking at. So just a couple of these storms could potentially have up to some quarter-size hail, and that's going to be moving through after about 4 p.m. and quickly, after about 4 p.m. Eastern time. Is Michigan Eastern time? I want to say yes, and that'll be winding down pretty quickly once that sun goes down. Further to the west, looks like we're going to be seeing storms forming after about 3 o'clock, and any of these storms, they pack quite the punch up to that tennis ball size hail, maybe even larger if we get one storm to really get cranking. And maybe this particular model wants to get fairly close to the Rapid City. Rapid City is the biggest population center at risk from this particular area of hail potential today, so maybe we can get a big storm there. And then finally, out west in Idaho and parts of Utah, you can see a couple storms form there. We had a 2 yesterday in Idaho. Would not be surprised if we had another one of those today, and that is going to be happening after about, again, around 2, 3 o'clock local time. It's mountain time there. Maybe even a storm in Billings, but Billings has had 2 great storms already this year. I'm sure it doesn't hurt to have another one. So going into September 11th on your Wednesday, up to some tennis ball size hail again possible across sections of Nebraska down to Kansas, even far northeastern sections of Colorado. So anywhere from Pierre down to Colby, looks like we could see up to tennis ball size hail. And there is also a chance we could see some hail extending eastward towards Minneapolis, maybe even towards Milwaukee, but much smaller hail sizes expected there and a little bit more isolated in nature. Future radar shows we're going to go from north to south here. You can see some big time storms possible tomorrow evening, afternoon, evening. All these isolated cells, they could have up to that tennis ball size hail. Again, possibly even larger if you get like 1 or 2 storms to really get going. But for the most part, isolated storms, big supercells, and fairly rural areas. We'll be watching that carefully to see if we can get any very large hail, maybe sneak into a bigger town in this section. I know somebody said Kansas City. Unfortunately, Kansas City is not in that risk for today or tomorrow. So just checking on the tropics since it is peak season right now. Not a whole lot going on at the moment. We have post-tropical storm Gabrielle heading up towards the UK. Not going to be a big deal, obviously, for the US. It never was. We're watching this area of disturbed weather, basically a tropical wave, nearing the Bahamas. Now, there's not going to be much development here, along with the fact that there's a lot of shear, which is turning the atmosphere to kind of mess up a hurricane or any potential development. The waters around here are actually much cooler now compared to normal because Hurricane Dorian sat and just kind of churned here for way too long, and that brought up a bunch of cool air from deeper in the ocean, a bunch of upwelling, and then actually brought it all the way up within portions of the Gulf Stream here. So that is not very conducive for development. About 5 days from now, we'll be into the Gulf, so it's going to be over the weekend. We'll see if anything can form. Right now, it's a pretty low-end chance, but we'll be watching this super carefully because, of course, if it does form into something in the Gulf of Mexico, it puts the Gulf Coast at risk for a tropical system. That's way down the line. Nothing's formed right now, and it's not looking likely anything in the next few days. Same story can be said in the central Atlantic. We have a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa right now. This is where a lot of the Atlantic hurricanes are born. This has not too much happening over the next few days. It's going to be moving quickly off to the west. We'll see if something forms within this system about a week or two, for a week and a half from now. And also the system currently in the central Atlantic. Looks like this one is going to struggle. There's a lot of things that aren't favorable for hurricanes right now. So that's what we're looking at. We have a couple areas we're watching carefully, but for it being peak season, we were real busy there for when Dorian was ongoing. Quite a few systems formed and happened. And right now it's just kind of a waiting and watching game, see if something else goes on. Peak season goes through about the second week of October. So we'll see if anything else happens. And as you always know, with hurricanes, we can very quickly go from this to a big tropical system. A lot of the strongest hurricanes happen within about 3 days. So it's always a quick turnaround with these things. So we'll be watching this super carefully. So follow us here on Facebook as always. Hit see first. We'll probably, again, when I'm pretty confident we'll have that fall forecast out, we'll make a post on Facebook, and that'll be the video for the day. So make sure you don't miss out on that. And also, if you're having any issues with the website and the app, yes, I've moved this graphic to the end of the video. Give us a call, email us, visit our website, however you need to get in contact with us. We can set up a training at your earliest convenience for you, your whole team, whatever it needs to be, so you can use HailTrace to its fullest potential. And there's a number right there, 855-334-4245. Email us at the email right there, info@HailTrace. Visit our website for more details and follow us on Instagram. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.